What's up, boys? Haven here. Today I'm going to show you. Let's see if it recorded. Yeah, it's recorded. So today I'm going to show you how to knock out these marks real easy for using sim battles. So one of the things that I've done a couple of videos on using the F4C Phantom out to do some base bombing, rocket bombing. So I've done a guide about how to take the F4C out in Air RB to get just go out there and rocket bomb a couple bases. That's pretty quick. And then you guys obviously have told me like, hey, by the way, the quickest way to do it is sim. And at this point, I got to agree with you guys. This is kind of dead simple. It does take a little bit of time to get your controls set up correctly. I'm going to go through my setup real quick and you can copy this and make use of it. So first thing to do, take a look. You can spawn at different airfields. I'm going to spawn here because I want to get to these bases to rocket bomb these bases. Their airfields will be up here somewhere. I'm going to take the same loadout that I used for Air RB, which is a bunch of rockets, enough for 2 bases, the gun, and 4 AIM-9Es. You have to pay Silver Lions to spawn in to sim battles. I'm actually going to take a full tank because you tend to do a little bit more flying around in sim. The biggest thing I had to do was to get my mouse aim to kind of work for Air Realistic. But here, I'm going to walk you through everything that I got to do. Bring up the multifunction menu. First thing you want to do is close your cockpit. That's important. Next thing you want to do is start your engine, which should just be I. So the engine is spooling up. Weaponry. Yeah, I'm going to toggle my ballistics computer, make sure it's on. Use my weapon selection and switch to my rockets. So cycle through to the rockets. You can see that the cursor has dropped down. That means I'm in rocket mode, right? So it's going to be that I can use this to aim at bases. I'm going to drop my flaps to takeoff. You will not be babied with your flaps or your gear. You're going to have to pay attention to that. And then the last thing that you want to do, a super key thing you want to do, is you want to turn on SAS, Stability Augmentation System Mode. That's really going to smooth out your mouse driving here. Obviously, I'm doing this with a mouse. Hopefully, you have a keyboard, or not a keyboard mouse. Hopefully, you're using a joystick. But I'm making use with what I got, and you can accomplish this with mouse. Right? It's pretty easy. If you just want to rocket aim, I was actually able to get 2 air kills the other day too. So monitor your airspeed. Again, this is sim. You have to like pay a bit more attention. None of this is just going to happen for you. Go ahead, lift off the ground, raise your gear, raise your flaps. And at this point, you need to point towards a base. One of the things that's super important in sim is callouts. You need to call your base. What I like to do is get up some speed and then get some altitude. The visibility out of the Phantom is pretty good. I find I kind of go in blind and deaf though. Like, I'm really not very good at paying attention. I'm so busy trying to keep the aircraft together that I don't have actually much capacity to dogfight. And even as bad as I am at sim, I'm able to get a good amount of mission points. I was able to get 6,000 mission points in like an hour, and that turns into 24,000 points for the daily mark. The other thing you need to pay attention to is your radar. 2 lines means friendly, no lines means enemy, right? So do not shoot down friendlies. Pay attention to your map again. I've leveled out at like 1,500 meters. This is good for me. In some planes I go higher. I was looking at my radar warning here. Some planes I go higher. This plane I'm not. The hardest thing about sim is actually finding the bases. You're going to have to use your Mark 1 eyeballs and find these bases. They will not be highlighted for you like they are in Air RB. Watch your elevation, right? Make sure your climb, right? Your altitude. You actually have to use your cockpit, guys. So that usually means that's his target. The other callouts that you want to keep in mind for sim is follow me. Alright, report, follow me. That means this is where I am, do not shoot me down. So they called out, don't shoot this guy down, right? Alright, aiming towards the base. Let's see if I can find this base on the first pass. This is honestly the hardest part for me. Okay, I missed it. It's like right under me. I have no countermeasures, so I missed that base. I'm just gonna go to the next one. AAA will shoot you down. You should probably go evasive. Let's see if I can find this base. Let me get a little altitude. Give myself a chance. Find it. Turn off afterburner. The cloud cover's messing me up, providing a lot of shades. Alright, there it is. Same as ARB, 100 rockets. So that's 699 points. That's like 4x, right? 4x the value. What is this guy? Alright, we're gonna throw it back around. I'm gonna call that as my next target. With the SAS on, this really isn't that hard to control with the mouse. I'm going to pick this base because it's going to be at the end of a peninsula, or it's going to be at a peninsula. Should be pretty easy to identify. Going to hold my altitude for now. Check around. I don't get to do this enough. I'm so busy trying to find bases. Alright, again, I've got this narrow section of the map. Should be pretty easy for me to find this, I hope. Alright, let's find this base. I think it's dead ahead. I don't know which group of buildings it is, though. It's like the one time I wish they would shoot me. I'm going to give myself a little bit more altitude. Cut my throttle. There it is. Alright, bad approach, gonna come around. At least I found it. Alright, give myself some altitude, throw it in a turn. I'm not the best sim pilot, right? If you had a joystick, this would be easier. Come on. Pull. Get out of this clouds. Oh, okay. Should be dead ahead. There it is. Firing. Alright, now that right there has been the equivalent work of, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 games in the ARB. At this point, you know, go back and land, rearm, do it again. See a black dot on the horizon. We're gonna go see what it is, see what's up. There's only 2 of them on the enemy team. I'm gonna shoot this guy down if he doesn't call it out. Okay, good. So basically, that's how you prevent blue on blue, right? Follow me means I am here, basically. Don't shoot me down. You know, sometimes you might even J out, do it again. I mean, it's going to cost you silver lines, but this gets multiplied by like 4 times, 4 or 6 times. It's ridiculous, and it's actually kind of fun. It's pretty busy, actually. Pings are super important in sim, guys. There's no other way to identify friendlies besides radar and those pings. You need to know to ping yourself. There's also cover me, which is I've spotted the enemy, which in this game I'm probably not going to find. There's nobody on this team. Alright, let's talk about my controls for a second. So I got full real controls, mouse as joystick. It took me a little finagling to get the roll axis to work. But I'll just show it to you because honestly I don't know what else I did. I'll just show you this movement thing. When I got it set up like this, then I could turn left, I could turn right, I could go up, down. And then I also have the keyboard, left, right, whatever, right? So you can almost just keep this in the center and just control your plane this way. And then this is for fine little adjustments, right? At least that's how I do it. Alright, let's find this base. It's on this island on the back side. Alright, I'm having a lot of trouble spotting these bases. There's a little bit better visibility out of the aardvark, so we're going to try that. We do have one enemy out now. You know, is it faster? If you can do it efficiently, if you're learning it, it still may be slower than ARB. It's certainly easier in terms of fighting off enemies. It's harder in actually making the bombing mission. So I've been enjoying it because it's been a unique challenge to me. It's not just something I've done literally hundreds of times at this point. And if I can pull it off, it feels more satisfying to me. And then the rewards actually do make it worth it right now, if you can pull it off. I'm going to gain a little altitude this time. See if that gives me more visibility onto these bases so I can identify them a little further out. I've also switched to the aardvark, which has a little bit better forward cockpit visibility than the F4C Phantom. Still in front of me. There it is. .98 rockets. That's right on target thereabouts. Pop some flares. They will shoot you down if you're just lazy about it. Make a turn, come back around. I feel like I'm off to the left. Or to the right. Ah, there it is right here. Alright, we got good. That should be it. Base destroyed. Drop some countermeasures, pull off. What are these guys? These guys are friendly. Where's our bogey? There's our bogey. Alright, nose over.
Attention to the map. On me. On me. Guide on me.
Oh, I ran out of friggin' fuel. No! 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 Got pretty good RP. I'm leaving early. Time played 52 minutes, about an hour. Ended up crashing a couple times. Ran out. I mean, I just it was not the most efficient mission. We'll just say that. But at the end of the day, what it really means though is when I go to replay, I made about 5,600 points, 5,700 points. Um, and I'll check back in here. You're going to see this jump quite a bit, and you'll see whether the multipliers takes effect. It'll take maybe another 30 minutes for the mission to actually end, and then you'll see. I'm going to hit that, and then you'll see this jump the next time I show you the screen. All right, I went and got me an epic nap, middle afternoon weekend nap, and come back in, and you can see that one match made me 20,000 points. So it's kind of a slightly under a 4x multiplier. Took me an hour and 5 minutes. I did really crappy. I was trying out different stuff. I couldn't find bases. I tried to do a little dogfighting. I was not as efficient as I could be. Took me an hour and a half, and it got me half the points I needed for the mark for the whole day. This is doable in 2 days, in 2 hours, if you use sim and you rocket bomb bases. I remember doing a sim battle the other day, and I wanted to show you this. So this was half the time, 35 minutes, and I was a little bit more efficient that time, and I made 4,600 points in 35 minutes. And then the one right before it, I had made 800 points in. Well, I didn't have to play this. I don't know why this is showing me being in here the whole time. But ultimately, this is the one I wanted to show you. So within 35 minutes, I was able to get about 5,000 points, which again, almost a 4x multiplier. Not quite, but almost a 4x multiplier you can do in a half hour. You know. I'm just throwing this out here. I think sim it's kind of almost relaxing. It's sort of a personal challenge to you. It's not so much about the other planes. It's about, can you pull it off? It's about, the immersion a little bit and the challenge in the actual rocket bombing versus trying to, fight your teammates to get to the base and ARB over and 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 over again. Check this method out. I highly suggest it. That's it for now, YouTube. Thanks for watching.